Welcome to Slesh channel, and today's full tutorial will be about machine hair stroke and microblading. So what is the difference between those two and how to do that? So let's get started. The first step is, as always, to numb the brows, and before hair stroke or microblading I always numb the brows, and I use Amla Lidocaine 5% or any numbing cream will do, as the first numbing cream is not that important. The secondary numbing cream is more important. Now before hair stroke you do have to fix your shape with surgical marker. This will ensure your pre-drawn shape is not gone, and you can use a very light pressure to put the dots, as I teach in my brow mapping course. By the way, if you have problems with pre-drawn shape, keeping the brows symmetrical, I strongly suggest to enroll in my brow mapping course, which you can check the details and all information in the description below. And now back to the hair stroke. So first, pick the speed of 10 on Slesh hair stroke machine. This will ensure your hair strokes are crisp and clean. You can pay attention how I stretch the skin and what is my movement during the hair stroke, how I hold the tool and how fast I do the strokes. You can see that each stroke I do back and forth movement to make sure the whole stroke is complete and have ink inside. Pretty much after the first path your hair stroke will have the color, and you don't really need even to do the second path if you do it correctly. So that's the difference between hair stroke and microblading, that it actually takes less time for the hair stroke, and also the healed result is much better than with microblading. You won't have this patchy look, and you can create really difficult patterns with hair stroke, which you can't do with microblading. By the way, for the microblading I do suggest to separate microblading in two procedures if you do want to create complicated patterns. Now after I am finishing right now the skeleton for the brow, I'm going to fill in more stroke in between my skeleton to create really realistic eyebrow. By the way, this pattern is really beautiful, and you can purchase the detailed PDF of this pattern on my website Slesh. You can download it and practice using clear skin latex. Now after I finished with machine hair stroke at the tail of the brow, I'm going to do microblading with NanoFlow Slesh needles at the front of the eyebrow. And probably you will ask me, why do I do microblading at the front and the machine hair stroke at the tail? First of all, it's really hard for me to do hair stroke with machine at the front for numerous reasons, because I do very curvy strokes at the front and it's still hard for me to do it with machine. But the only solution for me is, of course, to practice which I will do. And also you might ask, so how about the healing? Do they heal differently? Well, with Slesh NanoFlow needles for microblading, they actually heal the same. So the healed result at the front and at the tail is pretty much the same, and nobody can tell the difference. But if you are not so good at microblading, you will see a big difference. So the machine hair stroke will heal nicely, all in color, but microblading will look more patchy. Also, if you have any question regardless microblading or hair stroke with machine, please feel free to reach out to me on Instagram. Learn Slesh and Slesh. So as I wiped everything with a dry tissue, you can see that I'm doing the second path right away. And here's the question to you guys: why do I insert the pigment only in specific strokes and not in each stroke at this point? Leave your answer under this YouTube video and I will also share my answer. And now I will finally rub the pigment to soak and will proceed to the other eyebrow. Now let's do the other side. So I'm going to do the same pattern with machine first and the front with microblading. By the way, machine hair stroke do not need any soaking of the pigment, so you can wipe the machine hair stroke with any wet tissue, green soap or anything, and you don't have to worry. For the microblading, you do have to soak the microblading for about 10 minutes or so. And if you have questions about how to position yourself during the microblading or shading, I had one video that you can check out just clicking in the corner. Basically, you have to position yourself as you want, as you feel comfortable, as you feel your hand stable. And I want to mention something about those nano needles. I think they are really my favorite needles out there. I've tried many needles. They were not so sharp. They were creating scars, and it really did not have a crisp healed result versus this one. You will really experience the difference. So coming back to this brow, I'm going to put a secondary numbing cream, Soothe Tattoo, and after that I'm going to take machine, I'm going to fill in the missing hair stroke, making some of them darker, just creating the depth, or just ensure that all of them get the pigment. And the same I will do for microblading. So after this, my eyebrow will be finished. So in total, I'm actually doing just the two paths, I would say, working on one side of eyebrow only twice. So my total time procedure is about 2 hours. With hair stroke is a bit longer, it could take 2.5. And now you can see how beautiful the result looks. And if you want to learn hair stroke with machine, I actually currently do a mini course for us together to practice. So it's going to be a group where we will do homeworks, assignments. You will see how to hold the machine, what the speed to use, how to position your hands, everything that covers to make sure you practiced well and you are ready to the next step with the clients. So just go over the link in the description. You will see more details about that course and hope to see you there.